Viewers, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has built his leadership persona on clarity, confidence, and a no-compromise approach, particularly when it comes to Pakistan and cross-border terror. You all know this, viewers. I don't need to tell you. Ever since Uri, the Prime Minister did the unthinkable. He crossed the LOC. And therefore, today, viewers, his message in Bikaner was a reiteration. He said, and I quote, "My mind is cool, but my blood runs hot. Sindoor flows in my veins," unquote. This, viewers, is more than rhetoric. It's a warning. The era of strategic restraint is over. Listen in.
पाकिस्तान एक बात भूल गया, अब मां भारती का सेवक मोदी यहां सीना तान कर खड़ा है। मोदी का दिमाग ठंडा है, ठंडा रहता है, लेकिन मोदी का लहू गर्म होता है। और अब तो मोदी की नसों में लहू नहीं, गरम सिंदूर बह रहा है।
Did you hear that, viewers? The cheering when the Prime Minister said that? Under Modi, India has demonstrated that terror will not be met with dossiers but with decisive action. The surgical strikes in 2016 and the Balakot airstrikes in 2019 marked a doctrinal shift. India will respond to provocations with power, not platitudes. And he reminded Pakistan that. Listen in now, viewers.
पाकिस्तान ने इस एयरबेस को भी निशाना बनाने की कोशिश की थी, लेकिन वो इस एयरबेस को रत्ती भर भी नुकसान नहीं पहुंचा पाया। और वहीं यहां से कुछ ही दूर सीमा पार पाकिस्तान का रहीम यार खान एयरबेस है। पता नहीं आगे कब खुलेगा, आईसीयू में पड़ा है। भारत की सेना के अचूक प्रहार ने इस एयरबेस को तहस नहस कर दिया है।
Viewers, for the first time in decades, a sitting Prime Minister openly declared that Pakistan's state and non-state actors are one and the same, collapsing the diplomatic fiction maintained by previous governments. Again, listen in, viewers, to the Prime Minister. He actually left nothing to the imagination. Listen in.
न ट्रेड होगा, न टॉक। अगर बात होगी तो सिर्फ पाकिस्तान के कब्जे वाले कश्मीर की, पीओके की। पाकिस्तान को भारत के हक का पानी नहीं मिलेगा। भारतीयों के खून से खेलना पाकिस्तान को महंगा पड़ेगा।
Viewers, as I told you, no one has expressly at the prime ministerial level ever talked about reclaiming POK. Now contrast this with the UPA years, where repeated terror strikes from 26/11 to the 2008 Jaipur, Ahmedabad, Delhi blasts were met with condemnations and international appeals. We played victim. There was moral outrage, yes, but action? It was measured, hesitant, sometimes invisible. Strategic patience became a euphemism for inaction. India rarely crossed the LOC, let alone entered Pakistani airspace, viewers. Dr. Manmohan Singh, this is what he said post 26/11 Mumbai attacks. He says, "We will go after the perpetrators of the crime, but we will do so in a manner that is prudent and effective." Prudent and effective, viewers. So much so that a former air chief has come out and said that when I suggested let's do what is the most effective thing, which is to go across the LOC and knock out this terror infrastructure, I was told, be prudent. Can you believe it, viewers? P. Chidambaram, then UPA Home Minister. India is not a warmongering country. We will take diplomatic and legal steps to ensure justice is done. Viewers, seeking justice is not going to war. Viewers, it is a duty, a moral obligation. You don't become an international pariah because you have to defend your national interests. Dr. Manmohan Singh, again, viewers, after 2013, the beheading of Indian soldiers, you'll remember that. It cannot be business as usual with Pakistan, viewers. That's what he said. He left it at that, thinking that that's it. S.M. Krishna, then External Affairs Minister, in 2011 said dialogue is the only way forward. War is not an option between two nuclear states. UPA got blackmailed by Pakistan. Nuclear blackmail they used, viewers, and UPA got blackmailed. A.K. Antony, the then defense minister, I mean, their list is long. 2013, the armed forces have the freedom to respond to a developing situation there along the LOC appropriately. He left it at that, viewers. Did they give the freedom to the armed forces? No, because remember, seeking justice is always a political decision. Because we don't live, viewers, in a dictatorship. India has an army. The army doesn't have India. Modi reversed that script. His brand of nationalism doesn't seek global approval. It doesn't hide behind homilies. It seeks results. Modi has turned India's security posture from reactive to proactive, from victimhood to assertion. The era of strategic restraint is over. Dossier diplomacy is not an end by itself. These are takeaways, viewers. For the first time in decades, a sitting Prime Minister ends Pakistan's state and non-state actors' distinction maintained by previous governments. He's seen through them, viewers. The West's mutually assured destruction, or MAD deterrence doctrine that provides oxygen to nuclear blackmail, will not suffocate India's forces. The Prime Minister made that clear. These are takeaways, viewers. And he has not just spoken, as I said, he has acted. Of course, the Congress party has mocked Prime Minister Modi's speech. Jairam Ramesh says the way the Prime Minister once again resorted to hollow dialogues like those in films, it is much more important that he answers serious questions that the country is asking. Why are the ruthless killers of Pahalgam still roaming free? Why has the Prime Minister not chaired an all-party meeting so far? Why has the Prime Minister not called a special session of Parliament? Why is the Prime Minister silent on repeated claims from US President Donald Trump about America's role? Why, viewers? That's all they're doing. Why? Why? I mean, you might be thinking for a moment that Modi is the villain and not Pakistan. Critics may question the optics, but history shows that decisive nationalism under Modi is not about chest thumping. It's about drawing red lines and ensuring they're never crossed without consequence. And that brings us to pose some big questions. Why is the opposition so invested in implicating Modi and not Pakistan? If 1971 is politically defined as Indira's victory, then how is 2025 Operation Sindoor not Modi's victory? We have blasted them at the LOC. We have blasted them beyond the LOC. We have blasted them in POK. We blasted them 150, 200 kilometers into Pakistan, viewers. Hasn't Prime Minister proved that he's the most decisive nationalist Prime Minister in 4 decades? Let's just open this up because the questions will be many. The answers, however,